Welcome back, Tim, to the studio. Few days left into this fucking 2024.
Yep, only a couple more days.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, indeed. You had a good Christmas?
Oh, man, it was awesome. We finally got a PS5 for my son.
Nice.
For my son.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure.
It's amazing. You need to get one, dude, so we can play video games together.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we are back to wrap up this year. Man, a lot of shit happened since last time we spoke.
Yeah. It's also election year.
Yeah. Well, Trump won.
Yeah.
That was the last time we talked. It was before the elections. Like
That's
literally
right.
the night of the elections.
That is true.
And we made a bunch of stuff. So that was that was an eye opener for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad he won. I was just gonna say, I'm glad he won.
Yeah, people were shocked by his total victory. I wasn't shocked.
If anything, I was kind of more like faith semi-restored in humanity.
Yeah, they kept. It was hilarious watching the mainstream media. Like they talked about everything but the actual problem, which is them and the culture of wokeness and all that shit. They didn't understand that people had enough, like the actual majority that nobody hears about, which is hilarious. It's like the majority, but like you have this loud minority with all these weird things
you have
happening.
This loud minority.
Yeah, and like super loud. It's like, all this Hollywood and all this stuff. They're like, this is the world we live in now.
Great.
You have to abide by these rules. And if you say anything otherwise, you are a heretic. They got bitch slapped hardcore. I mean, we didn't vote. We don't give a shit. But still, it's hilarious to watch.
Hilarious and annoying. It's funny. I was just talking to my band members about some of the stuff because, as kids, we're younger. We're like, man, I don't want nothing to do with politics, this and that, whatever. But then you're like forced to watch it. Like you cannot, and it sadly affects your fucking everyday shit.
What, the election?
The politics. I mean,
oh yeah,
yeah, all around.
To me, it doesn't affect me. It's just a hilarious circus to watch.
It is. But because that's how prices go up and this and that and all this other crap. But what we really got to do is get those goddamn people out of Congress, start doing term limits. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about goddamn politics. I fucking hate politics.
Yeah, but it kind of, we kind of called it, which is cool.
Yeah.
Find the link below if you want to see us calling it historically before it happened.
Indeed.
If I remember to put the link below.
Probably not. You're like, what the hell is this?
What is this? The link below. Shit, yeah. Yeah. This year is wrapping up like in a very weird, magical way. It's hilarious. And then you have that dude who killed the CEO of the United Healthcare.
Yeah, that shook a lot of people.
Yeah, but they're trying to downplay it because they're trying to ignore the message of the act. They're trying to make sure people don't pay attention to the message. Okay, it's just a criminal act. All right, let's treat it as is. Nothing to see here, people. No one hates the insurance companies.
Yeah, it's like, are we going to get to the root of the goddamn problem?
Yes.
Medicine and crap is way up there in the price range that you can't get it and what you really need. And then they just give you crap. And then they bill you out the fucking ass for this shit.
Yeah.
And no wonder fucking someone was had a fucking enough. I'm honestly surprised it hadn't happened sooner.
Yeah, the people has been oppressed by insurance companies and destroyed for years. It's hilarious, like you said, it hasn't happened yet. It took this long. Because you can see the reactions and the memes, the people is like everybody was waiting for something like that. Like,
just something to kind of set it off, if you will. Yeah. I mean, I'm just curious if something's going to come up of it, or it's just going to get kind of buried again in some other crap. I mean, I hope.
Well, that's what they're trying. That's what they're trying to do. They turned the whole thing into a circus show, so people focus on this guy, making him look like a degenerate, whatever. Oh, focus on this. He was a drinker. He did this. He did that. It's like they turn it into entertainment. That's the way to suck in the build up of any frustrations, because people they latch on to things like this, and it builds up. They are trying to kill the build up. No, it's okay. We go back to business as usual. No, after this, we don't go back to business as usual. You need to reconsider how you do with this because it's health insurance. It's a matter of life or death.
I mean, yeah, that's from my understanding. That's why he did that. Is because like didn't his like mom die or something?
I do not know exactly, but obviously it's a calculated statement. So
yeah.
It's not
also more important is he 3D printed a gun.
I know, which is fucking epic.
Like, hold on, you can do that? Like what? And it worked?
Yeah. You could do that.
Bro, hold up. Let's get some automatic weapons.
well, you could do that.
Don't worry about serializing it or anything.
Yeah, you just discard it, you know. Well, those 3D printed guns are like, you know, disposable kind of guns. And you can use it only for like a one
I don't know.
or two.
He shot twice. It seemed to work fine those 2 times.
Yeah, but it only works like for a few shots. And then after that, they kind of, what do you call it, decays. It gets not working better.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So you can make few shots, and then it becomes, you know, junk after that. You just dispose of it.
Well, yeah, because it's like resin and plastic.
Yeah,
like
and in his case, you know, it was a specific job. You need few shots, and then you're good to go.
So
which works. Yeah.
We get an AK. You just make it, you know,
3D print an AK-47. You shoot a full round and then that's it. It's trash.
It falls apart like shit. That's why you make thousands of them. He's handing them out to the people on the street.
It's like the future of assassins, you know. You just, you know, you 3D print, like every time you got hired for a job, you 3D print a gun and you use it for the job and then it's trash.
Can you 3D print grenades? I
Ooh.
want to know the limit now. I want a tank. Can I do that?
What's
He's like, oh, you're a move, government.
I'm sorry. If we're going to go up that ladder, I mean, can you 3D print a nuclear bomb?
That would probably be very unstable. There'd be bombs going off everywhere in the world. Would be destroyed.
Go back and watch Oppenheimer movie and then just follow the steps and 3D print or whatever.
Yeah, like hit pause on the screen where he's like opening a blueprint or something. Screen capture. I'm like, okay, I need to do this.
Dude, yeah, it's like the end of this year is like a lot of compilation of a bunch of shit. And then in Syria, the dictator finally like escaped to Russia. And then the terrorists, aka former Al-Qaeda, ISIS members, they kind of like became revolutionary. They took over. And they're the leader who is now the leader of Syria. He's a famous terrorist from ISIS. And he has like a $10 million bounty on his head from the US. But now he's like this. He kind of modernized himself and he branded a new picture. Oh, no, I'm cool. I wear a suit and a tie. You know, everything is good.
The jihad outfit, if you will.
But he still makes women wear the hijab if they stand in front of him. Dude, the most ridiculous way is like I saw CNN. They are like the first one to go interview him. CNN is like the equivalent of like a shitty prostitute who would do anything for money, not like a classy prostitute or like have standard. They just jumped right on it. They sent this reporter chick who was like, she covered her head and everything just so she can get the interview. And I was like, dude, have some fucking standards. You don't have to, you're interviewing a fucking terrorist. Like,
yeah, wait.
And he came and he was like, oh, everything is cool. And then like he took over. And then suddenly, like this Christmas, like a bunch of fucking douchebags going around burning Christmas trees for whatever Christians left in Syria. And there started already the persecution. It's like, you know, dog eat dog. We are in control now. We shit on your religion and shit. It's like, damn it. And he was like, oh.
So we left Syria or wherever this is?
Oh, we are not. The United States is not in Syria. This is like a country by itself. It's next to Iraq. Damn it, Tim! Every time I have to give you a geography, let me show you where Syria is.
Okay, this guy, he came from there, right, or whatever, or he's ruling there now.
Yeah, he is. He was with the rebels.
So he was fighting against it because we were fighting these people, right?
Yeah.
And we just let this one go, and now he's just taking over, and we're just like, whatever. Which I mean, like, as long as he's not trying to, fuck
no,
us Americans, I guess.
There you go.
What in the world?
You see it now? Do you see it?
Yeah, Lebanon.
So this is Syria.
Turkey, Iraq.
Yeah, the United States has nothing to do with Syria. We're not there. It's they were having a civil war for like the past 12 years. And then the dictator, finally, he escaped and he went to Russia. That guy is a thug, man. He's like most horrible dictator ever.
So,
but he was taken. What?
Continue.
He was taken down by like the leftover groups of ISIS and Al Qaeda and all those people. And this guy, who is like the leader of that group, he became now the leader of Syria. So they were like,
but he ran away to Russia.
The dictator Assad, he ran away, and now these people, terrorist groups, they took over the country, and they wanted to turn it into an Islamic Sharia law fucking country. Everybody's falling for their bullshit, obviously, like CNN and shit. Oh no, they are nice, they are modernizing themselves. No, they are not. They're just saying whatever because they don't have Israel immediately went ahead. As soon as the guy escaped, they bombed the shit out of all of their weapon stocks and all that shit and chemical weapons and stuff because they are right next to them. You see, Israel is right here.
Oh, yeah.
They share borders. They were like, motherfuckers, we're not going to let you get your hands on this shit. So they went ahead and just bombed the crap out of it while those people were in the process of taking over. And I was like, you know what? That's smart.
Yeah, I was going to say. Good for them.
That's smart.
That's actually the case, then yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And all that shit happens in the past month. It's like this past month and this month. It's like, let's end this year with a big fat cascade of successive events of shit.
But like, we're not in there actively like doing that. We're just covering.
No, we're not there. The United States.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not there. But the guy who is now running it, he was a terrorist. The U.S. he attacked U.S. bases. He was part of the terrorist people who did a bunch of shit. So he had a bounty. He still has a bounty on his head for $10 million. Yeah. But let me show you what this douchebag looked like.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very... Yeah, these people are so desperate to this guy. Let me show you.
Oh man, that guy looks like every
Do you see him?
Yeah, every
Yeah, it's this guy.
Generic looking.
Yeah. And
Arab, if you will.
Yeah, but now he's like presenting himself. Oh, I wear a suit and a tie and I do all this cool
Osama's
stuff.
little brother, like what?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. But they're in a weak position right now, but they want the same thing. We know the game, we know the Islamic game. That's him after the victory giving a speech in the Umayyad mosque in Syria. It's like a famous mosque. Look at this. Yeah, they're pursuing this desperate dream to restore Islamic caliphate with the Sharia law, which is from the 7th century that does not work today. It's incompatible. It's like every country who tried that turns into a shithole. Look at me. I'm wearing a suit. I'm cool now. No, you're not. We know your game. I mean, we know your game.
So the 7th century system.
Yeah, which means you take a shit in the sand, you wipe your ass with a rock, if you get sick, you drink camel piss. These are things true. I'm not making this stuff up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You marry 6-year-old, it's all fine. And
God damn.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. You kill people and you steal their stuff and you call it because your economy doesn't exist. So your economy is the economy of thuggery. Like, caravan robbing. That's literally Islamic economy. Rob, take money, take slaves, sell the slaves, and then take chill for a bit, do it again. And that's how they built their first civilization. It's all about robbing and expanding all the countries and just taking slaves.
Wow.
And taking their money. Yeah, they want to bring that shit back because apparently it works. And that's this guy here. Can you see it? That's the president of Syria, the one that escaped. Him and his father, they were ruling Syria for like 50 plus years, and they were cruel. Like, as soon as he escaped, they went to the prisons. He has like a shit ton of prisoners. You say anything against him, you go to jail. And he has like the most cruel torture methods and shit. I mean, a lot of videos came out. It's terrible.
Sounds like that.
Everybody knew that, but now we have video footage of it.
It sounds like that Sacha Baron Cohen's
The Dictator?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that movie is fucking spot on. That movie is spot on. Yeah, let me show you. When he went to talk with the CNN interviewer chick, it's like, we'd do anything to get an interview just so we can say we are the first ones to be there. And I'll cover my head. Have some dignity. Say, fuck you. I'm a reporter from another country and I'm here and you talk to me as I am. Why can't you do that? And there's a videos like literally the guy was outside in the street and some chick, like people were taking pictures with him. Some chick came to take a picture with him and he just gestured to her to cover her head. And she covered her head with it like she was wearing a hoodie. And she put a hoodie, and I was like, dude, I mean, the signs are there. These people, as soon as they get the grip, it's gonna turn into another Afghanistan. Yeah.
Sounds pretty lame.
Very lame, my friend. Very lame. But we're on to it. We're on to it.
So tired of that side of the world, man. You need to get their shit together.
That is the only place where the use of nuclear weapon is legitimate. Because you need a quick, carpet bombing or wiping out the place like real quick so you can start from zero.
Yeah, for real.
I would say nuke it, flatten it all up, and then turn the whole region into one big ass, resort for vacations.
Yeah, that would take probably several, hell, possibly centuries for it to defumigate, if you will.
It'll be fine.
All the radiation you just fucking exploded.
Or just turn it into a fucking resort for Russians so they can go. It's like, yo, come over here. It's all good. You guys know Chernobyl. You're used to this shit. Come on, come over here.
Hey, Japan, you know a little something about this.
Yeah, you guys are already developed immunity to this shit. I mean, just come over here. We just charge and take in the cash and let them go down.
A little mercury and a little radiation isn't gonna kill you.
That sounded horrible, but true.
God damn.
Oh shit. So what'd you get for Christmas, Timmy?
Bunch of candy, some knick-knack stuff. Yeah, I got some candy.
God damn it.
Some clothes and stuff. Some new Crocs.
Crocs. Oh my god. Are you a teenager now?
Hey, I will say they make good house shoes. See?
Nice. Oh, nice. I got this robe. Finally, nice. I have a decent robe and it's nice.
Hell yeah. I got some other stuff I don't even really remember. It's kind of all around.
Yeah. And if anybody listening, we've been working on a film for the past couple of weekends. I'm super psyched to finish that one, man. It's gonna be pimp.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like when we started, it's like I wasn't sure what it's gonna look like, but the more I cut the stuff now, the more I can see what should happen next. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like when you film stuff and you cut it, and then you start to have a full idea. Oh, okay, now we can do this. We can do this.
Right.
It's been fun, and also acting is hard.
Man, I guess, man. I don't know. I have yet to see.
You acted before.
A little bit, but I mean, the type of acting I've done, I don't really warrant it as I don't want to say true acting, but it wasn't challenging, I guess.
Yeah, it's more intense when you're okay, you're in this film the whole time, and this is your character, and you have a lot of things to say and do. That's when even though if it's for a short film, that's when you realize acting is hard, because you have to carry the whole character from beginning to end, and you have to stick to that persona. When we were doing that one, I'm acting. And I'm really trying hard. It's I have to remind myself, wait, it's every time I'm about to slip into my regular self because I'm not a disciplined actor. It's I have to bring it back. This guy is serious. It's not me. I can't be douchey or the way I talk. I have to wheel it back. Yeah, dude, it's I've been doing that constantly.
That's good. That's how it should be. Is like actually take yourself out of it. I like your real self out of like your day to day and think of
Yeah.
who is this guy day to day and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
And I'm only aware of it because I wrote the script and this guy was supposed to be like this nerd regular guy. So I have that. It's like, but if it was somebody else's script, it would be even harder. It's like I'm going to have like the directors like on my ass all the time, wheeling me back in.
What did you envision for this character or whatever?
Yeah.
Can you get this guy off my screen? I'm tired of looking at this asshole.
Oh, you still looking at him?
Yeah. You should fucking
enjoy.
God damn it. That's bad.
Is it gone?
Yeah. I was like looking at it and like everything, like, because now it's two big faces of us, but then like, when you have that, it's just squished in the corner. It's very jarring because then all I see like majority of my goddamn screen is that fucking guy, images of that fucking guy.
Yeah, douchebag.
Right.
Fucking Syria.
Yeah, a lot of acting, I need to get up on that Shadow Dark stuff. I've been kind of slacking, but it has been the holidays in my defense.
Hey man, it's in our all defense. But hey, we recorded our first Shadow Dark episode. That was super awesome. I mean, yeah, it stuck in my head, dude. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do a lot to the beginning and stuff because I was like listening to it. And I was like, I can make this more theatrical. Yeah. I want to actually like I want to up this up a lot. Oh, I got Us. I think I said this in the thread. Us. Some pretty cool stuff. Actually, I have one of them right here.
Yeah.
One's kind of a puzzle thing that I can't show you because I can use it multiple times.
Yeah, if it's related, don't show me.
Yeah, but now this is acrylic rings.
Nice.
And it basically they're these little things that you put over your character, and they all have different things, like if you're grappled or if you're on fire or if you're concentrating on a spell or something. That way, so I could be like, oh, you have X amount of rounds. I could put it as like you're
until the effect wears out, you take it off, and that reminds you that you are under that condition.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, it was pretty cheap, and I was like, oh, sweet. Yeah, it's got restrained, grappled, raging, petrified, blast, magic effect, bane, curse, hex, stunned, physical effect, unconscious or incapacitated, all that stuff.
That's pretty badass. Yeah, that's gonna come in very handy.
Yeah, it's just a little acrylic that says it, and you just put it over your little mini, and that way that you're.
Yeah, and Russ, dude, I'm psyched. But Russ sent me a message on Discord. He showed me what 3D printer he has and all that, because I can, so I can sculpt stuff and do things, and he can print. So I was like, man, this is awesome, because I never dealt with 3D printer before.
I haven't either.
I mean, I know how to sculpt, models and do STLs, but that's pretty much it. I don't have a printer.
You need a STL print me a fucking D20 straw lid thing.
I'm gonna start first by doing that. What's his name? The Beholder guy,
the 10 Oracle.
The 10 Oracle. So I'm gonna sculpt that. But also, I started having ideas. Like I can design these little tool thingies that I can use for crafting, like building the terrain and stuff.
That would be dope.
Yeah, I can design these like little stamp thingies and everything, and it makes my crafting goes quicker. And it's a one tool you print and you reuse it.
Hell yeah.
So I have a couple ideas, and they're pretty simple shapes thingies, and he can print it real quick. It's not like a complicated model.
Like but also I can, Oracle.
Yeah, and then I can also design that 10-eyed whatever Oracle thingy.
I want you to paint it too, but I want to paint a certain way. Like, let me.
How big is it gonna be? Is it bigger than the characters? Oh,
it's
I guess
supposed to be. Like, if we were to think of it like if we were the adventurers, if you will. That's a good question. I need to look up like if it actually has like stats on the height, and if it does, we can follow that kind of more closely.
Because the reason I asked, because again, these things are new, so I have to figure these out. Because when you make it STL, when you design the model, and then I guess Russ has to figure this out because he can downscale or upscale whatever file I give him in the machine, and he prints it a certain size. I think that's on his end. He can decide what size to print it.
True.
So, yeah. So if you know, because we have our models, our miniatures, and they're pretty small. So if this guy is big, he's going to be like a little bit bigger than them.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like because he's one of the bigger batters, I feel like he's probably going to be big. Bigger
so he should be, then he should be at least twice the size of the minis we have.
Yeah.
I will say that would be it. And that's
My
not
God, there's
even big,
20-level adventure.
considering the printer, the thing, it's still not going to be big. It's going to be like this big because our minis are like this.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's going to be like this big. So,
Right. I mean,
yeah,
I don't expect you to do a huge,
no,
like,
no.
foot
I
and a
mean,
half or
yeah,
something.
it fits.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I can
That's going to
imagine.
be my first printable sculpt that I'm going to make.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to. This is something for the
Or what?
the Discord. There's for those of you who don't know about Shadow Dark, they have a open Discord that you can go check out. All
Oh,
kinds
yeah.
of cool stuff.
It's a great tool to communicate and get all your questions answered
Yeah, I'll have to check
about
that
the
later.
game. Yeah.
Because I'm kind of curious, and I feel like it's probably in the book maybe if I look deep into it, but like I want to, if they don't have it, at least try to get someone to kind of give me an idea, kind of the size and all that. But I also want to paint in your head a better imagery of it, so especially when you go to paint it, because you see what it looks like, but
Yeah,
when you go to
I'm
paint
gonna
it a
follow
certain
the
way.
picture for the sculpt,
Right.
and then the paint scheme. You're gonna have to tell me what that is.
Yeah, because I want this to be kind of very specific, and you probably probably won't see this. Hey, and actually, if you do a damn good job, we post a picture of it, and some people might want it. You could probably sell it for like $50, maybe even more than that, like 100. I don't know how much those things go.
Or we can do a cool gesture and give it for free to the community, so people start to.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a cool gesture.
That would
if
be.
we successfully print it and it works, we'll put out the STL, in our pages and
Maybe we
stuff.
could get like a free Zion out of it or something.
Yeah, we'll put it out.
Which is it's pretty dope because I signed up to her newsletter and she's been dropping like free adventure path designs, not just for Shadow Dark, but like her 5e stuff because she does 5e stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it's pretty
she
dope.
started there.
Yeah. Oh,
Most of them they started writing, like a lot of people they start writing for 5e.
Yeah, 5e or 2e, whatever. Which is awesome with Shadow Dark because it's very 2e but 5e 5e rules. So it's really the best of both worlds, to be honest. And then of course, obviously the whole
there's a website.
situation.
There's a website, I forgot what was it called. Drive Through RPG. I don't know if you heard of it.
I have not.
Yeah, so Drive Through RPG, it's a website. It's a community website. You can go there and buy or get for free a lot of 5e adventures or like, what do you call it? Independent third party thingies.
Right.
If you can write an adventure path or anything, you can sell it there. Most of them are like $5, $2. It depends. But these are like independent people like us. They are pretty good at the game or they know this stuff, and then they publish. And you can go there and find some cool stuff. They're small adventures on the side like that. And yeah, it's called Drive Through RPG. So in the future, if you write stuff, if you get to the point where you can write your own adventure path or whatever you call it,
that would be pretty dope.
yeah, you can actually share it there for free and get the vibe, see what people use it. And then in future, if you get good at it, you can sell them there. You just put it in there and, for a couple of bucks or $5 and it just let it roll. And that's how, there's a lot of people who just put stuff in there. It's pretty good. It's called, just look it up, Drive Through RPG, and it's a very popular place for RPG stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, and also you can use it. You can sample stuff from there just to get a feel of what it is like to write their own stuff, and that's how you learn.
Yeah, that's that'd be pretty cool to check out. Get a vibe for it, sure.
Yeah,
I mean, writing is quite a process. I mean, just even doing the prep for a session can be kind of hard. I remember trying to start the first one, and I was trying to rack my brain. I was like, man, I don't know how to start this. Then I remember talking to you guys, and I was like, okay, it's just that whole bouncing ideas off each other, and something just clicked. And I was like, awesome. All right, I know where to go with this.
Yeah. And what's cool about this, if you have the 5e rules, you can literally come up with something from scratch that does not exist at all. Just you and your imagination.
Yeah.
No one cares.
That's what I
do
like.
Whatever.
That's what I like about it even says in her Kelsey's little book somewhere about I think Zach sent it or whatever about the copyright laws or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like you could always just add an appendage or make it like really weird or something, and then just give it a different name, and like bam,
Yeah.
that's essentially what it is.
Yeah,
Give it a slightly different what do you call it? Attributes or feats or something.
Yeah.
Which
but I'm just saying, I'm speaking for like purely like break everything that exists and just start from scratch. You literally can just sit down and imagine stuff that has never been imagined. Just write it and then imagine a weird monster and just come up with your own shit that doesn't exist at all. And you know, if the plot is there and if you have like a nice plot and everything, just like, you know, like any movie, and go nuts.
That's kind of honestly, that's kind of what I did when spoiler alert, small spoiler alert, when during our 5e campaign with the was it Icespire or whatever.
Yeah.
When you guys went to the Fae realm and met Naru, I was just creating something kind of loosely based off you know, just shit I was watching. I was like, it'd be kind of cool if this kind of situation happened.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I just made I made all those characters out of them with like somewhat of a backstory that was, what do you call it, vague enough to work, because it just, you know, we just needed it for the situation. And it's cool, I could always pull back to it for whatever reason and maybe change things completely, and like what you're saying, just pulling out of my ass, because that's kind of what I was doing, is, you know, trying to think outside the box, as opposed to, because we were clearly fallen from the path of the adventure path itself, and I was like, we'll just figure something else out.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, man.
That is the beauty of D&D.
Yeah. I was always curious what those adventure paths look like. I never read one like fully. It's like I skimmed through one, but I'm pretty sure someday I'm gonna like pick up one. Maybe I'm gonna go to Drive Through RPG and just get like a small one and just read it and see what the schematic of writing one would look like. I gotta write something. Come up with something, you know, we could play it.
Because
I like to imagine stuff that doesn't exist. It's like, that's my thing.
Yeah. If you guys have been following the WTF Bro podcasts where we play D&D, the Frozen Sick adventure is actually available on D&D Beyond for free.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where I can find it. And that gives you a really good idea of...
that's right.
They did a really good job on breaking down everything. And if the players, like, you know, if you go do this, like, skip over here and do this, kind of like a regional story, but you know, everything is still up to the players, because they could just like throw a wild card, and you could just, but the story is still kind of there to like, for them to like.
Is it the same way as in the book from the box we played? Remember? Does the box come with the booklet or whatever, the Frozen Sick?
It kind of is, yeah, a lot of it. I will say, because this is a one shot, so it's shorter. The Frozen Sick, I say one shot, but it, you know, couple sessions now, especially if you're playing with like our people, where they like to banter and do other stuff, which is totally cool. It makes for good storytelling. It is, but I do say I kind of like Frozen Sick a little bit better as a DM, because I don't have to spend a lot of time with prep. I just have to kind of understand where things go, because I will say this, with the Icespire, it's kind of like it has the adventure path, and of course you can just jump anywhere and whatever, and then you could add things or like throw anything, because like encounters and monsters are up to your whim. Now there will be places where you're like, okay, this might happen, or this is waiting here or something, you know, but you can always change that however you want. And let's say somebody woes over here instead of over down here, and Big Bad's supposed to be here, well, maybe he moves or whatever. And sometimes it'll even say, hey, he moves around, roll to see where he might show up or whatever. With Frozen Sick, they take a lot of that guesswork out, and they're like, hey, move them here like this, whatever. Now you could still, if you like to like make whatever up, you could still do that. And I have a little bit here and there, but I like it, again, as a DM, especially if you're lazy or just don't have a lot of time. It really like pinpoints stuff. Is like, oh, if they do this, like go over here or whatever, or if they decide to skip or whatever, or if anything happens here, they can get the information from, and it lists like some ideas for you to like kind of be like, oh, like I say, hey, you weren't supposed to kill this guy, but I get why you did. Oh, maybe if you rummage, oh, there's a note that says, hey, you know, go this way, you know, to kind of continue the story. And of course they can decide whichever, and then so I will say I do like that as a especially for a one shot, where I don't have to sit and like kind of create the whole universe. Now, some people like to do that. But I say if you're crunched for time and you just want to like pick up a book real quick or like play, you just like kind of read a page or two.
They have it all tied up for you.
Yeah. Right. But like most adventure paths are pretty much like that, where it'll show you like, hey, this go here. They can also go here, here, here. But again, at the end of the day, it's literally up to the DM to just be like, you know what, fuck it, dragon. A dragon shows up. Now what, bitch? Like, yeah. So,
I wonder, maybe you can tell me this. I wonder if you can play a game so the mechanics, right? You can just take the mechanics of dice and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Can you just, let's say right now there's like 3 people. Can you just like out of nowhere sit down on a table and just start telling a story from the top of your head and come up with shit and just roll with what the players are doing without referencing any adventure path or doing anything? Can you do that?
You could, yeah. You totally could. And I even thought about doing this at one time.
Yeah, like literally just us, like say us, the player, and you're just literally coming out of your ass.
Yeah, I could.
And just telling a story and just letting us push left and right. And then wherever we throw at you, you just come up with something against it and do stuff.
You could totally do that, and I would totally be down to try something like this. Because that would be like,
cool.
Yeah, I could be like, you guys all have like 20 HP or whatever need. If we have a pencil or you have a calculator, you got your phone.
As a basic start.
You just type something, and then and just using kind of what it's good to have somebody who knows a little bit of the knowledge to be like, elves have dark vision and all that. But even if they didn't, like, just make it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like, we use the mechanics, the characters. Let's say we all come up with our own characters.
Just right on the spot.
The characters have their own shit. And then you just paint the whole thing, like literally on the spot from your head, monsters and everything, story, the place, the locations, come up with shit.
It takes a lot of improv skills, but
it's totally improv, 100%.
Me as a person, I would totally love to do something, and I almost did a couple of times. I was like, I'll pull something out of my ass right now. Like, you got dice, right? Make a character real quick on D&D Beyond. It's a free app. You don't even have to download it. You just go on there, or just fuck it, you have 20 hit points, let's just go. What do you want to be, a ranger? Okay, I'll give you something to like fucking
because I remember that's how I once played with my kids, but they were like way much younger, and I was just trying to get them into it. I bought the box, and I was like, it looked like a lot of work, and I'm not familiar with the stuff. So all I did is just laid out that little map, and I took the characters, the standees, and the dice, and I just started telling them story. You're here, you walk over there, what you gonna do? Something like, I'm completely off script, 100%.
Yeah,
I didn't look at any book, just to get them like, and then, be loose with the rules, because they're kids, I saw this, I did this, and I was like, sure, it works, you got it, or, you just broke your leg, or something like that,
And then that's the beauty of the game, though, right? It's like, because you don't really have to abide by the rules.
That one felt pretty cool. Whatever. Yeah, that one felt pretty cool. It's like, totally freeing.
Yeah. Like, he's like, roll dice. Oh, sorry, you failed. Or, oh, sorry, you win, whatever. It's like,
and you can just, be loose with the stuff for the players. If they're having fun, you can like push it a little bit or just let it go. Or
exactly. And that's the real thing is like, as long as you're having fun with it, I mean, that's really at the end of the day, what you kind of want to do is have fun, just playing the game.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I was playing Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I found a part where there's this little abandoned table, and there's like 4 papers sitting across. And I started reading the paper, and I was like, these are character sheets. It even said they had like some like Viking name or whatever, and then it had stats at the end. It was like, he's got a plus 23 to bashing brains or something weird, because I didn't read all of it, but it was cool. I went to each one, and it was like, I'm a dwarf, whatever, this and that. And I was like, oh, this is cool. It's like someone took the time to put that into the video game.
Assassin's Creed kicks ass.
Dude,
I haven't played Valhalla yet, but now I have
dope.
PS5.
Oh, dude, it's dope.
Now I have PS5.
Fun. There's so much to do, though, man. I'm like, dude, I've been playing this game for fucking ever. I stopped playing it, started playing Baldur's Gate and some other stuff.
play the Egypt one, Origin?
I did. I have. I played Origin, Odyssey. A lot of people shit on Odyssey, but I really liked it.
Odyssey was awesome.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are shitting on that.
My son loves it. I showed it to him, dude. He grabbed the remote control. He keeps climbing on like big statues. That's all he does.
Ancient Greece. Are you kidding me? Exploring ancient Greece and stuff like that's fucking dope. Man, there's all kinds of statues, and then of course they have all the myth lore of like, Atlantis, Poseidon stuff and Cyclopses and all that stuff. Like that's just cool.
The Egypt one, the first time I played it, it's like I didn't care about the story. I went straight looking for the pyramids. And I climbed on top of it. And no, I climbed all the way to the top. And then it's cool when you go down, you just slide down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was like, I did it like several times. I was like, and then you go inside. I just wanted to climb to the top. And it looks pretty cool.
I mean, you have to. Right? you have to.
I was like, okay, now I can focus on the story. Okay, what's going on? That was super fun. I still haven't finished it. I'm like, half.
Oh, really?
Almost close to the end.
Dude, they have this is one thing the game has been doing is like live updates where they kind of just always have like little things going on.
Add little patches.
Yeah, little patches, little fun little things during the season, whatever they just kind of throw in there. You don't have to do them, but they're kind of cool. Like I remember they had a whole Halloween one for Valhalla.
The one of the coolest one I played was the one in France during the French Revolution.
Oh yeah,
the 1800s.
Oh god, which I feel like
dude, that one was pretty badass. Like secret society at the bottom and all that shit, and France, they nailed it. Like they scanned the shit out of that city. When you're walking around, man, it's like you're there. If you've never been, if you played the game, might as well you've been.
Right on.
Yeah, and actually, it's true because there's this church or castle that you go on top of the roof. When I went to France with my wife, we took a tour and they took us on top of the roof, like literally, like on the castle roof and everything. We're like literally the ledge as you're walking, and we were there. So when I was playing the game, and I was like, I was there. It looks exactly like that. I have pictures and I have videos that I took when I was there, and it looks like that.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say with is it Ubisoft? Is that who creates it?
Yeah, Ubisoft.
Okay. Those people that with the whole Assassin's Creed franchise, like they really do a lot of their research.
Oh no, they scan. Yeah, they photo scan everything. They go to the places like
but even the history, a lot of it's like pretty close related. I mean, obviously they tweak it to make the story fun. Obviously,
yeah, for the story, but the settings are all historically kind of accurate, and they have like a diverse group of people, historians from all around. So like the consultant and stuff. So the setting and then also the locations. If the place exists, they go and they scan it. So what you see is what it is there. Except like if it's in the 1800s, obviously they add what was in the 1800s.
Right.
But like when you go to France, the map is the same. The city modernized, but the buildings where they are, what they look like, they're still from there, right?
That's why people like going to France.
Yeah,
got that weird nostalgia, I guess.
Yeah, it's like in France, it's like what you have is like, okay, you have modern window in the old building, but like all you have to do is just put the original window and the building is still the same, right? So, so if you ever go there and you play that video game, what you saw in the game, you see in real life. You'll be like, oh, what the fuck? It's cleaner and a little bit modernized with signs and shit. Because most of those buildings are still existing and they take care of them. To them, it's like a heritage of the countries. Like even buildings where people live, they're also original from that time. It's like they've just been cleaned and modernized. So it's crazy. Yeah. In Egypt, all those places. So they scan as much as they can and they capture the true city. But 100% for sure, they get like the layout of the city accurately. And then, even if they build fantasy, something that doesn't exist, it's still within the actual map that is true today.
Right.
So yeah, it's sick, dude. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, man, Assassin's Creed is...
It's one of the best games that was ever made.
One of the best.
I fell in love with it from the first one.
Same.
Yeah, I
was like, what is this?
I played the first one and I was like, God damn it, this is it. And I've never played another game after.
Yes,
until
Jesus.
until Diablo 3 came out, and then we
Yeah.
played also Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's
That was
Gate.
pretty
Yeah.
cool. But like, in the past, I was just like, I pretty much played every Assassin's Creed game except for
Same.
Valhalla, the new one.
I just got a new one called Mirage. It was on sale, and they're making one. They're making a Japanese one that's coming out next year.
Yeah. They also have one in England in the 1800s in the streets of England between the gangs and like the workers and
I
stuff.
remember playing that. It was like
I forgot what it was called.
Yeah,
I played it. Dude, that one too is fucking
Unity?
sick. Unity, yes. Yes, Unity. And you're part of like the labor movement, the workers. Or the gangs.
Child labor laws
like,
and all that
and they do like the strikes, and they're fighting against oppression,
Yeah.
Back then they didn't have labor laws and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And then, and you're hanging out with like the English thugs, the gangs, street gangs.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah. And that one too is beautiful. It's like you're in England, and England is same thing. It's easy. Just go scan the city and make it look like from the 1800s, which takes little effort. Because it still does look like the 1800s, right?
That's still over there living in Cobblepot Town.
Yeah. Good games, man.
They are, dude.
Good games.
Yeah. That's one thing I look forward to in
Get a PS5 so we can play, man.
I'll think about it. I like PC just better.
This one we got is like 4K and it has like 1 terabyte hard drive. Set.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Way to do it.
And it's pretty smooth, man. It's like, and the controller is badass. You get one.
God damn it.
So we can play in 2025.
2025.
Wow. In 2025, it's going to be another, the circus is going to open, dude. It's going to be hilarious. So we need to keep ourselves busy with, our
Assassin's Creed.
between Assassin's Creed, playing Shadow Dark, D&D, and filming. So that will keep us off, because it's going to be a shit circus. Yeah. Trump is going to be president. There's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of weird shit happening.
Yeah, it's never an end to the plethora of shit that just happens.
Yeah. And New Jersey will be still trying to figure out there's their UFOs in the sky. I don't know if you heard about that.
I have not. What is this?
Apparently, I came across it accidentally the past couple of weeks. It's been like a serious issue in New Jersey. They've been seeing these lights or drones or whatever the fuck. They don't know what it is, but they're like weirdly flying in the sky. And no one knows what it is, including the government. And people, it became an issue, and I was like, just shoot him down.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, just what the hell? What the hell? Or send a drone over there, just like crash into it. It's either gonna react or it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a drone. If I see something in the sky, I'm just gonna launch that.
Like, well, let's go find
kamikaze on it, like kamikaze crash into it.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a camera on it. You'll at least see it more closer than you would pointing up and seeing what the fuck.
I thought about it for a second. I was like, these drones are showing up in New Jersey. Why they don't show up here? Like, it was like an intensive activity. It's like a lot of them. Everybody is seeing them. Why they didn't show up in Texas?
Yeah, why the fuck in New Jersey? What the fuck's going on there?
Yeah, because in Texas, everybody has a gun. They will shoot the shit out of them in the sky.
Yeah.
The first time they appear, people will be like, okay.
Area.
Yeah, the first time they show up, people will be like, all right, fine. And then when they become a nuisance and they're like freaking everybody else, you start seeing people shooting them down. But in New Jersey, no one has a fucking gun. So that's why they chose New Jersey.
They should go to Australia then. Or was it England?
Or New Zealand.
Or New Zealand. There was no guns or where you can't have a knife. Looking at you, London. This is why we
No, I think in New Zealand you can have a gun. The New Zealand people have guns.
I don't know about New Zealand, but no, I mean, like, why don't they go to Australia where nobody has guns because it's illegal for them? I mean, I'm sure the police do and the military.
Well, New Jersey don't have guns. I mean, they don't have guns. But you can still
get a gun in New Jersey.
Yeah, but it's like a pain in the ass. It's like the process to get a gun, like in New York and New Jersey.
States, man. It's still an American thing.
Yeah, dude, trust me. They make it very difficult.
In New Jersey specifically.
Yeah, no, I mean, go to California and try to get a gun.
Okay, that one maybe. Yeah, maybe right. I don't fucking know, dude. I thought this was America. I have the right to bear arms. I should be able to just walk anywhere I want.
Well,
Like, yeah, this is my constitutional right.
Well, that's true. But every state puts their own regulations.
Go to a country that's where like, no, you can't have a gun, aka Australia or London, I think, where you can't even have a knife or some bullshit.
All of those countries, you can't have a gun.
But the cops are running around with their volley sticks.
Yeah,
whopping people.
Yeah, well, let me try and do a British accent. What you doing here, governor? Come over here. Bing, bing, hit you with a stick. Hello. What is your paper? Boom, hit you in the head with that thing. That's terrible British accent. I can't do that.
It definitely needs work. That's hilarious.
Can you imagine you hire me in a role for movies? Like, hey, we give you $50 million. You're going to play a lead role, but you have to do a British accent. I can't take the job, man. I can't take it.
Just to go sit through so many training coaches.
Yeah, no training coach is going to bring.
I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd you find this guy?
He sucks. He sucks.
Oh, mate.
Hello, mate.
Good night.
I used to know a guy here. He had like a British accent, and I was like, man, how many years have you been here? I was like, oh, I've been here for like 10 years. You lose the fucking accent.
That's something that you just do.
Yeah, lose the fucking accent.
God damn it, Dean.
No, it was another Algerian guy, but he immigrated in England and he lived there for a long time. So he picked up the British accent.
So it's actually Algerian out there with a British accent.
Yeah, but the first time he spoke English was in England, right? So when he came here, he dragged that shit with him, and I was like, dude.
I was like, oh, this is how I thought everybody talked.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, look, we're in Texas, man. Drop the fucking accent.
Drop the fucking accent.
Yeah, like
I can't. But they do it for 2 decades.
Yeah. No, and then he was doing it.
Like some crumpets and tea.
He was naturally doing it, but when he came here, he realized it works with the chicks. So that's why he didn't why he didn't make an effort to lose it. And I was telling him, I was like, look, dude, you're Algerian, I'm Algerian. You know we can change accents. I mean, you can drop the fucking accent. He was like, it's working, dude.
Can you do an Australian accent?
I got to go spend a week in Australia and I'll come back.
Kind of same, but like
who is this guy? Who is this guy?
I'm a shrimp on the barbie, you bloody cunt.
Shrimp on the barbie.
Whatever the fuck they do down there.
Yeah, Australia is like a big, what do you call it? They're all ex-cons.
Yeah.
It's a colony that started with all bunch of criminals. So all these Australians now, they're descendants of ex-cons.
Which probably explains why they're not allowed to have guns over there.
Maybe, yeah. It's like, it's still in your DNA, even though it's 300 years ago, but we still don't trust you.
But you're all criminals in our eyes.
You're all criminal. But sir, I was born, I mean, it's been 300 years.
I've been fighting off these giant spiders and hornets and fucking jellyfish.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not going to Australia without a gun, dude. There's too many. There's too many weird animals that are trying to kill you.
The one place you fucking probably should own a gun.
Yeah. It's like the spider is like the size of your head. I mean, give me a fighting chance.
Bro,
I mean,
know.
Shit.
I keep seeing those fucking memes and like, I am fucking morbidly afraid of the spiders. Like, oh,
they're
I can't.
disgusting.
Dude, nothing should have that many fucking eyes and that many legs. It's fucking gross. And then it's quiet and it can sneak up on you and then it could be poisonous or venomous or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking, the thing could just be right here. You don't even notice, and then you're dead. You're just fucking dead, and you're like, "What the fuck was that?" And then you see this fucking thing, just like you're like,
they sneak on you with that little wire thing. It's like it's like web. Tom Cruise, jumping.
Yeah.
Like
it's like you wouldn't even fucking know, dude, and it'll wreck your fucking life. It's like that thing exists, and it has that many eyes and that many. It looks horrible. It looks like it literally looks like
like a nightmare.
Yeah, like that's what nightmares come from.
Why do you think in D&D a lot of the first monsters you meet in a dungeon are fucking spiders? I have a bunch of them here.
It's always minis. It's always and you can even ask for us next time about this. Like every fucking game, especially early game, you come in a fight. Well, the first things you fight is either spiders, like you said, or crabs. Fucking crabs.
Oh yeah.
the sea spiders, basically.
But dude, the best demonstration of the spiders and how it works is in the Lord of the Rings. Remember
when they meet that spider in that one cave or whatever?
Yeah, there's a cave where there's a bunch of spiders, like giant ones. There's a big one, and you know he catches them and he kind of wrapped them in, like he got them all.
Yeah, that's fucking horrifying.
So that was the perfect depiction. Like if you're playing D&D and there's spiders, you just visualize that scene, and you know what's gonna happen. That's horrifying. Pretty much it. Yeah.
Fucking next thing you know, the fangs are ripping through you through webbing, and you can't do nothing about it, and then you're getting drained of your blood, and then you're dead.
Yeah.
Also, you had a bunch of weird feet thingies rolling you up. That's disgusting. I was like, oh, makes me creeped out just thinking about it. Jesus.
Yeah. Speaking of Australia, what's his name? Crocodile Dundee died, man. He passed away last week, I think.
What?
Yeah. You know Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah,
I mean, he's like 9 years old or something. Or
I didn't even know he was still alive. I thought he was.
Yeah,
dead.
he was.
I haven't seen that movie since the 90s.
Yeah, but the actor, he's old, obviously. So he passed away. Yeah, he passed away.
He was like that middle age when I was a child.
Yeah, I was a kid when I watched it too. Shit. I mean, I remember it was like cool. I mean, this guy has like this badass knife, and the way he dressed, a necklace and all that
that's
shit.
Not a knife.
Yeah. Whatever he has. The coolest Australian guy died last week.
I thought the coolest Australian. Wait, was he Australian?
I think he was.
Steve Irwin.
Was he? Was he Australian? I'm pretty sure he was. He's either Australian or Canadian, but he was.
What the Crocodile Dundee? Are you talking about?
Look it up.
I'm trying. How do you spell crocodile?
Oh my God. You just exposed yourself as illiterate. God damn it.
Crocodile Dundee dies. Hey, the crocodile known as Bert died over the weekend at Crocosaurus Cove, Darwin. What? Is that a real place?
That's in Australia. They have weird names. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and bet.
Darwin City Reptile Attraction in Australia, Northern Territory.
Yeah. See, I told you that the name sounds Australian.
So, was he actually Australian? I mean, it makes sense, but he must be.
He was, right? In Wikipedia, you should see in the beginning, it show you his...
Paul Hogan. I'm assuming it's him. Yeah, it looks like him. Yeah, he's an Australian. So what about...
When I like, all I can think of is...
Steve Irwin's also Australian.
Yeah, all I can think of is like Family Guy. When they have like a cameo of Crocodile Dundee, he shows up, and then Peter talks to him, and then when he leaves, and he looks to Lois, and he says, "This is a cool guy. I want to see him for a little bit, and then never see him again." I want to see. Yeah, it was like I want to see some of him, and then none of him.
I mean, that's kind of what happened.
And that's literally what happened.
Like, that was a great movie. And then
he was in that movie, and then he disappeared, dude.
I know, between him, because he was the badass, whatever.
Yeah.
But then there was Steve Irwin, who is the friendly, lovey nature guy.
Yeah.
And he died, obviously.
Yeah, that one got killed by actual, what was it, crocodile or some kind of animal?
Nah, stingray.
Stingray, yeah.
Yeah, he got stabbed in the straight through the heart and shit.
Yeah. That guy's crazy. I mean, the animals you hang out with, dude, it's like, you're going to get killed at some point. You're going to get killed.
He was actually the crocodile guy. That's probably what happened. Is like
he was a real life Crocodile Dundee.
He was basically. That's probably where the shit came from. Honestly, the movie, whatever. But they made him look like a badass, I guess.
Yeah, that was horrible. I mean,
yeah, that's pretty sad. That's pretty cool.
But it comes with a job. If you hang out with weird, fucking dangerous animals. I mean,
if you live in Australia,
and if you live in Australia, you're something's gonna rip your head off.
One of them fucking Pokemon is gonna kill you.
Yeah, you think he's gonna get bitten by a crocodile or something? You have something that stabbed you, and
with a name like Crocodile Hunter.
I mean, yeah, with like a big name.
He's always grabbing the back of the tails of crocodiles and pythons and
you
reptiles.
Got stabbed by a stingray.
Yeah.
Shit. God.
I know stingray's in the name, but like, fuck, I guess I didn't think they could actually do that.
Yeah, damn, again, like Family Guy. Damn, nature, you're scary.
Yeah.
Like that guy was commenting on nature documentary. Like some cheetah eats like a squirrel. It's like, damn, nature, you're scary. It is scary. I mean, don't fuck with it.
Yeah, well, especially in fucking goddamn Australia. That place is fucking brawling with all kinds of things.
I mean, we spent thousands of years trying to perfect, like, houses and models so we can get away from that shit because we don't want we don't mingle with animals for a reason, dude.
Like, good luck over there.
Yeah, leave them alone. They do their own thing. Why would you go and fuck with which animal? I mean, we can't even handle mosquitoes, dude. It's like mosquitoes will just show up and your life is ruined.
Yeah.
For the next, half an hour or hour.
Day and a half sometimes.
Yeah, that's a job I would never do. Shit. My wife, she has like 2 cousins. They work in the Bronx Zoo in New York. We went there and they gave us a tour. It's cool. It's like, they work there so you get like the VIP treatment. But they work with some strange fucking animals. They're like animal handlers and shit. And I was like, I mean, they have a good, cool job, but shit. You make the wrong move, some of and the Bronx Zoo is like a nice zoo, big and fancy. And they have like all sorts of wild animals, like the lion habitats, like you can see them there through the glass and you're standing. There's only glass standing behind you, between you and them. And I was like, I don't think I'll be working here, dude. Yeah,
I don't think this is for me.
you make the wrong calculations. You look around, you turn around to grab like some sandwich or something, or you get swiped.
Yeah, I mean, that cat's still an animal, still a cat.
It is. You're holding it against its will in there. If it gets a chance to take a stab at you, it will. I mean, it's just basic math.
Pretty horrifying, yeah.
Yeah, animals don't give a shit.
Yeah, really don't.
But I think next year is we gonna beat animals in our biggest in our biggest circus. It's gonna be a shit fest next year.
No.
Yeah, I think next year we're gonna see a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, we
let's remember we said it here first. A lot of weird shit's gonna happen next year.
A lot of weird shit. Also, if
we're going to be here to cover it.
Animals, if you take over because like we kill ourselves through catastrophe and you somehow live through our mistakes, learn from our mistakes.
I don't think animals are stupid as people think they are.
We're animals the entire time.
They have been learning for a long time. They don't do stupid shit. Have you noticed that the animal kingdom has not changed? They always operate the same way. Their politics never changed. Everything is the same.
You're kind of right.
Think about
usually the bigger one gets dominate, I guess.
But it's pretty simple over there. It's like, you're hungry, you eat, and you're full, you chill, you mind your own business. That's how it works all the time. Everybody's just like, there's an order. They have never changed it up or down. It's still the same. We changed a lot. So animals are fine. And if they take over, they're just going to bring it back to like normal level. I mean, unless AI beat them to it.
Yeah, our AI is going to find a more efficient way. It's just as long as we do that thing that, like in the game Stray, and if the AI does take over, that at least keeps some human...
slaves.
Yeah.
It's like, they give it like a fancy name so they don't hurt your feelings because they understand your feelings.
Because in the game Stray, like the robots, all the humans are spoiler, all the humans are gone. But like the robots are the things that are left over. But the robots take care of animals. They're just like, oh, the humans were doing this, and for some reason we feel the need that this is important to keep nature and animals alive,
Yeah, you got to keep the
humans are not there and they're not benefiting from anything, but like
keep
the small animal, they're like, oh, here you go, live.
Keep the ecosystem working.
Yeah, it's just whatever that's called, distill that into AI. So, if it does take over, just,
No, AI pretty much is going to say, I mean, AI is smarter, is going to say animals are fine because they haven't done anything weird.
Yeah, this one's going to try to deprogram me.
They just live a normal life. They have basic needs.
iRobot,
they have basic needs. They meet their needs, and they don't interfere with the global system. Humans, they are dangerous. So AI will be like, you know what? I'll rather coexist with animals. So, which means humans needs to go to another planet.
Down with humans. Go Cthulhu.
Oh, that's
Bring
right,
the
Cthulhu,
race
man.
of the fishy fish.
We haven't given praise to Cthulhu in the beginning. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We haven't finished yet, so let's give praise before we close.
Let's say our prayer.
Dear Cthulhu, come out of the ocean already and do something fucked up. So we can
fuck it up.
So yeah, do something that will help us sell the book.
To sell.
It was like,
to them profits.
We'll be like, we told you the book is here. Purchase the fucking book.
You should have listened, you motherfuckers.
And
now it's gonna be too late, and he's gonna reign supreme.
Too late.
You're all gonna lose your minds, and just their heads gonna explode, and then he's gonna step on you and drag everybody into the ocean.
We'll be walking down the street like a religious freaks, holding the book and reading the binary code 001011.
If you're like, what the fuck are you saying?
Read the book.
Read the book. Buy the
book. Oh, man. All right, Timmy. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. New Year is coming up, so we need to put this out before the New Year and get ready. We're going to cover a lot of shit in 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going to be hilarious.
It is.
Such a peace.
Peace.